Howdy, all you delicious people. I'm here today to play The Simpsons Tapped Out. So we're going to, without a doubt, see how we're going to play this game today, as long as it can load and, do a thing. So let's see if we can play today, which would be great. So yeah, let's get into here and experience, just full-on experience. Ready? Oh my god. Let's volume up a little bit, though. Alright. We're gonna full on just... Yeah, we're gonna full on finger. Congratulations, you completed the greatest joke ever told. Collect your reward. Well, that's great, because it was a joke that I guess it happened. Congratulations, you completed Thrill House Part 2. Collect your reward and maybe take a nap. No, I can't. All right, Milhouse, you got your drink. Now tell me where Bart is. I don't know. So you made me go on this stupid date for nothing? This is a date? Awesome. Okay. Can I get a scratcher? Can I get a little bit of that scratch, if you know what I mean? Can I get a little bit of that scratch? I get a little bit of that scratch. Oh, it's not the same. Oh no, I got some, whoops. I got some money though. Look at me. I won $350 dollarinos. Whoopity doopity. Alright. So, make Lisa be skeptical. That's gonna take 60 seconds. Good. Milhouse, help! Puppy Goo Goo is gone. Puppy Goo Goo. He's my bestest stuffed animal, and he's gone. No offense, Milhouse, but you seem to lose Puppy Goo Goo a lot. I didn't lose him, he ran away. Daddy says the ones you love sometimes have to run away and shack up with someone else. So you'll learn to love them even more. Okay. Make Milhouse find Puppy Goo Goo. Alright, that's going to take 10 minutes. Nice. Alright, we have Apu who did his doo-doo. Build the pink house. No, I don't wanna. Don't I already have a pink house? Could have swore that I already did, but I guess I didn't. So, let's build this house right next to this house. Like a roadhouse. Alright. So that's built. Sideshow Bob has been spotted. No! Not the sideshow. Not the Bob. Not the... Where is he? Where is he at? Where is he running? Well, that sideshow is a boatload of sideshow. Because I couldn't find it if I could. Chief Wiggum, I just saw Sideshow Bob on the loose yet again, and so did I. I thought you put him in a medium security prison. He was just really wrecking up our prison, you know? So now we have him sitting in the police station guarded by a really mean dog. Actually kind of nice dog. We were scared to have a mean dog around the station. Okay, don't give me that look. I hate it when children give me that look. Okay, arrest. I will as soon as I can find him. As soon as I can get all up in him. No. As soon as I can get a hold of him. As soon as I can just get my midst and... Doesn't anyone else think it's shady that we have no idea who opens this shop? Where are the police? Why aren't they investigating? Of course we investigated. We investigated the glaze, the jelly, the bear claw, all top notch. Okay. No. If you call that free, god dang it. Because I had Sideshow Bob within my midst. Okay, go to. Go to. You've completed daily challenge. Claim your prize. Well, I'd like to have claimed Sideshow Bob, but every single time he pops up, because, like, it's in the midst of me doing dialogue. There he is. There, we got him. We got that Sideshow. We got that Bob. We did it. Another day of just donitude. Completed daily challenge. No, I don't want to collect income from buildings. Congratulations, you've won. You've done it. You're there. Could I get 1,000,000 donuts right now? Dad, these donuts might be too good to be true. Remember when you sold your soul to the devil for a donut? Not really. And then he fed me all the donuts in the world? Great example, Lisa. Okay. Congratulations, you completed Fresh Off the Donut Truck Part 4. Collect your reward. Do it. Sir, people are saying, tasks are too hard. These people are animals. First, we give them insanely easy tasks with huge rewards, and now they're complaining about them. What should we do, boss? Fine. Allow them one job switcheroo, but don't tell anyone I just said the word switcheroo. Okay. Daily challenge. You can dismiss one daily challenge per day to get a different one in its place. Tap on the dismiss button in the corner of the challenge to replace it. Or just do nothing because that's okay too. Okay, hit the button, hit things, do a thing, 30 seconds. Free diddly diddly donuts for prayers if I pinch myself to see if I'm dreaming. Maybe I'll get another donut. Return every day for new things to do and sweet rewards for doing them. Here's 2 new challenges to get you started. Or how about you just not, you know? How about you just not? How about you just let it go? You just turn it off to the side and just let it go, you know? You just really just lean over to the side and just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Congratulations, you completed Fresh Off the Donut Truck Part 5. Collect your rewards. Do it now. What did I say? Just do it. Just do it. You completed a daily challenge. Claim your reward. Aren't you excited? Yes, everyone's excited. Why does it take an hour to have building grow? Make my building grow! Form of calculator. Alright, so... But what do we do now, game? What do we do now? I'm so lost, game. I'm so lost without your love and affection. Okay, so... Okay, she's doing a thing. Play with his iPad or kill a man. Break into the brown house and watch TV. That'll take 30 minutes. Eat a Krusty Burger, which will take 30 minutes. Shop at Quickie Mart for 60 minutes. Here's the thing, wasn't there... Like, I think there was some... Because I know there pretty much always are within, like, every little episode of some kind of show. Like, didn't we have Homer eventually, like, trying to do, like, some kind of eating contest or something? I know every single person usually does that kind of thing on a show, but still, I find it interesting. Anyways, Add friends. No, I'm not gonna. And you're not gonna get me today with the hitting the button of the thing that I don't want to hit game. Believe me, I'm gonna try to avoid it as much as humanly cost. I'm gonna try to avoid hitting all that buttons that are gonna make me do things that will kill my recordings. Like I'm gonna try to get out of that today. Okay, so what is going on with everybody? Does everybody have plenty enough to do? Do you have plenty enough to do, dear sir? Do you have the things? No way to hold them. No way to fold them. No way to walk away. Okay, so I need to one plant a crop. So that way I give a crop. I'm so a poo. Pray for Ganesh. Well, I might as well, considering he's gonna do that for 45 seconds. We'll have you play on your MyPad. On your MyPad. Okay. So, who has goals in their lives to otherwise just say, you know what, you're doing a thing. You're achieving. Lisa, what do you got going on? Read a book, sure. Just make her read a book. Just force her, because she'd do it anyways. That's, like, if anything, in all brutal honesty, I honestly thought that Lisa was, like, the real buzzkill of the show. Like, you had it to where, like, every single time she would, like, do some kind of thing to where, of course, Homer didn't want to do whatever it was that Lisa wanted to do. Like, he wanted to do the exact opposite. To where, like, Lisa would try to... Like, I remember there being an entire episode, I think, about, like, the TV, where, like, I think we had it to where Homer wanted to watch as much TV as humanly possible once he got home, to the point where I think Lisa was trying to get Homer to not watch as much TV, to eventually like go outside and stuff like that. I might have even brought this up in some of their playthrough. But if I'm wrong about this episode, like I think there was plenty enough episodes that had to tie with the TV or whatever. So I might get really confused about that. But also there was like an entire episode where like Homer was like working like multiple jobs like nonstop, to where like he wouldn't be sleeping or any kinds of things, and to where and I remember that episode. Uh, wasn't there also like a whodunit episode? Yeah, like wasn't yeah, there was an episode of Who Shot Mr. Burns. And spoiler alert for anyone who didn't see that episode. Yeah, so it was Maggie the entire time. At the tail end of the episode, they revealed that it was actually Maggie who ended up shooting Mr. Burns. And so we ended up having Mr. Burns going and wanting Maggie be arrested. And they're like, I'm sorry, but we can't arrest a baby. Like, there's no way. And like I think Mr. Burns was trying to get like Maggie tried as an adult or whatever, and like it just wasn't working out. But yeah, it's funny that I remember that, because that show was so uh like some of the episodes that I'm remembering while doing this playthrough was really kind of fun. But also it's a real tasker blaster. You know what I'm saying? It's a real like it's a real fun time to go back and just be like, oh yeah, like that did happen to the show. Uh, what would probably be like from memory, what would probably be my favorite episodes? I think probably my favorite episode would probably, oh God, it would probably have to be when they are doing the Radioactive Man movie in Springfield. Like, I think that has got to be the most fun episode. But I think because I haven't watched like every single episode of the seasons, and so like there could be a really awesome episode that a lot of people are like, well, why do you like that episode? This episode is way like 100 times better. I know a lot of people would probably just like the Halloween episodes because I think a lot of those were they were like they were really amazing. Like it just got to a point where they were just making like a huge production out of like the Halloween episodes, and why not? They were a lot of fun. Got ooh. Congratulations, you've completed Like Father, Like Son. Collect your reward. Do it now. Just do it. Just go ahead. Just collect it if you will. Just do it. Just hit the button and collect it. Okay. Uh, oh, wasn't there also a guy, I think his name was Troy McClure, where he would have to say his name repetitiously, like, well, hi, I'm Troy McClure. Like, you've seen me in previous movies like Die Even Harder or or Honey, I Ran Over uh, Your Kid's Kid or something like that. He would come up with some like goofy movie or goofy whatever that didn't make any sense. But like it was always just refreshing and it was really fun to have that character in there. And I think he ended up trying to like go out with Marge's sister, and like there was a whole episode like I think dedicated to that or something, to where I think the relationship didn't work out. I don't know why, but like it just didn't work out. Yeah, didn't. Yeah, I think both. Yeah, I think both of Marge's sisters ended up like smoking like a lot. Uh, that's like there's so many funny things that I remember with the show. It's goofy. Because I would have thought that I would have never would have remembered anything about the show. We also had that episode where Homer tries to jump over the Hoover Dam because I think Bart tried to do it first or wanted to do it first, and so Homer does it instead, and he ends up like making like halfway through, and then he ends up like falling, and he ends up like going and like basically breaking every bone in his body or whatever. But he ends up surviving it, of course, because Simpsons. But yeah, um, cause yeah, like didn't. I'm trying to remember if at some point they were to do episodes that like kind of reminded people of movies and stuff like that. I think there were some episodes where I think they probably did try and like blatantly copy and paste things. Like I think that there might have been like a episode where they try to copy and paste like The Shining, I think at some point in The Simpsons. Uh, but I don't know, I could be wrong about that. Uh, man, My memory's getting a little foggy about the episodes. So, uh, I think there was probably also an evil twin of Bart's. I think that was in a Halloween episode where we end up finding out that that Bart is actually like not even the evilest twin. There was some evil twin in the attic somewhere, and so Lisa ends up finding her twin brother that looks just like Bart, and so she ends up realizing that he's actually the evil twin, and then so like I think Lisa has to go and rescue Bart to uh, be able to save him from evil twin Bart. Uh, there was also some episode where I think Lisa got to see her future play out, where she went to the future to see an older Bart and an older her, and she got to see like what her life would be like, or what will her life be like in the future, as well as like it was kind of interesting to see like an older Homer and an older Marge. Kind of really interesting. So going into this episode or going into this yeah, like just kind of bringing back a lot of memories of like even now to the point where I'm just kind of like, yeah, let's try to like remember every single thing that I know about the Simpsons to the point where eventually you'll be like, yeah, I don't remember any of this stuff. Like I think one episode they tried to make like Willie for a Halloween episode, they try to make him like Freddy Krueger, I think, where they ended up killing Willie, and then he ends up like coming back to haunt all the kids in their dreams or whatever. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, like we had a whole like ripping off of like Willie trying to be like Nightmare on Elm Street, and it was kind of fun. Uh, really, I think. What would probably be the best character? What would be the best character for me in The Simpsons? God. Uh, I don't know if I honestly have one. Like, I would probably easily say, if I had to, like, say somebody, it would probably have to be Bart, but I don't know, I don't think I really and truly, like, a lot of people maybe say, Mr. Burns, or a lot of people would probably say maybe even Smithers, because maybe people might just be like weird like that. Some people might like Homer, some people might like Marge. Wasn't there an episode where I think Marge just lost her flippin' mind, and like I think she just parked her car like in the middle of like some intersection, and then she just like left, she just like like stayed there to where eventually I think the police had to come and try to like get her to move, and like Marge was just losing her mind. I think that might have been an episode at some point. I could be wrong about every single bit of all of this stuff that I'm talking about. Reasonably, a lot of people, if you like to correct me, go ahead and find the episodes and go ahead and try to correct me. Or some people might just be Simpsons aficionados and be like, well, yeah, in episode, uh, season 5, episode 6, let that be your battleship. Yeah, that's exactly when Marge was losing her mind, and she had Maggie in the back seat, and ba 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 ba. Yeah, like that would like that's okay if everybody's just like, well, yeah, like I know exact episodes and all kinds of things of The Simpsons because maybe since now we have like Disney Plus, like anybody can go through and be like, yeah, like I'm gonna go and sift through and try to like find and see all kinds of Simpsons that I can now because it's unlimited with streaming and stuff like that. It is kind of weird watching the early episodes of The Simpsons just because the colors would usually be off of a lot of characters. All of a sudden, you would see like some character with like a pink hair or a purple shirt, or like the colors would bizarrely be off. Like normally when I would watch this show, I would point off of like, well, hey, like why is Marge's hair like bizarrely purple in this scene when like always before her hair was blue? What's going on here? Um, I don't know. Bizarrely, there was like so many episodes and so many seasons where just coloring would be off in the show, and we had a good chuckle at that. Uh, Really, I probably also liked the Sideshow Bob episodes. Like we had it, I think, where Sideshow Bob was actually just was a sidekick of Krusty, and we ended up, I think, having supposedly like Sideshow Bob needing to, I think, like put a bone or something into his hair, to where immediately Sideshow Bob is like, dude, I'm not putting anything in my hair. To where eventually that just like caused like a rift between him and Krusty, to where I think we had Sideshow Bob, I think, at first wanting to kill Krusty, but then eventually, I think Sideshow Bob went after. He went after Bart because I think Bart was Krusty's number one fan. I think at some point, to where I think he ended up like showing up on an episode of Krusty's, and like, what did what did the Krusty show mostly do? Was it just like I know it was kind of like they were trying to do some like circus-ish like acts. Like I remember there was one monkey that was like smoking a cigarette and it was on a unicycle, and that was like the goofy thing that they did. Or sometimes like Krusty would just kind of like like he would kind of do these acts and it would usually go horribly awry. But like I think really all that Krusty did was to just throw to some either Itchy and Scratchy episode, or like did they have other things going on in those shows? Like I don't think that ever happened. I think it was just Itchy and Scratchy, and that was it. Then like I just like I don't quite understand why have Krusty have this variety show just to throw it to another thing. Doesn't quite make sense to me, but I don't know. I guess I guess something like clicked with that, and people like were like, "Hey, man, this is fun." Um, I don't know. There might actually be some people that bizarrely, even though they hate it. Like maybe they're going and they love the Simpsons. They hated the Simpsons, and so they're watching all the content of it, just because of their opposite opinions about it. Like, yeah, I hated Simpsons, but like I had to watch so much of it that I might as well just like watch every bit of it and whatever. And like, wouldn't that be kind of weird? Uh, I think the worst episodes that they tried to do for The Simpsons were like a lot of times they ended up putting The Simpsons in like new locations and just be like, well, hey, like they'll have fun with that. Like I think there was a whole entire episode where Homer went out, I think on a location somewhere to go and try to eat all this new food that was at this location, and so I think what ended up happening was that Homer ended up like parking his car somewhere and going out to all these restaurants, and then he ends up coming back to his car, and there's like a billion tickets on his car, and his car has like a boot. So he has to figure out how exactly to get this boot off his car. To where eventually I think he ends up just trying to drive out of this town with a boot attached to his car, which I thought was hilarious. Um, but yeah, I guess not a lot of activities going on into this episode. We had some activities, but not much because it was just like there's a lot of just nothing that really like progressed for this episode today. So, like if anything, a little bit of story, but not much. But anyways, with that said, we're probably gonna call this a wrap here. So, yeah, like if anything, eventually, more than likely, maybe eventually I should probably review The Simpsons show. I think The Simpsons is a pretty popular thing still to this day, which is kind of interesting because The Simpsons always is getting like a new audience someplace somewhere. And so, like, that's great. But with that said, I think it's time to call it a day. Hopefully, this new building might get us some more story or something. But with that said, I'm going to get out of here. Goodbye, everybody. Bye, everybody.